Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Here's what's for dinner. If you're new here, I do these videos every single Friday. I showcase 3 or 4 dinners that we've had that week and show y'all how we make them. And my husband does a taste test at the end to let you know what we thought of it. So if that sounds like something you would like, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button below and click that little bell next to it so you'll be notified anytime I upload. The last meal of each week is always our Subbie Supper. That is a segment here on my channel where my subscribers, my subbies, send in their recipes and we give them a try. So if you haven't sent in your family's favorite recipe, make sure you do that. Email me at mandyinthemaking2018@gmail.com. Tonight we're having dirty rice and a side of steamed broccoli. I've got 5 Italian sausages. I'm just going to slice this and remove the casing just so that all of the spices and the goodness really gets into the dish. We're using Italian sausages, the mild. You could definitely use the spicy, or you could even use chorizo if that's what you wanted to do. I'm going to put this large skillet on medium-high heat. Okay, so our pan is up to temperature. I'm going to add some EVOO and add in our onion. I'm just sauteing these until they get pretty soft, like 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're going to add in our bell pepper. Now we're going to add in our 3 cloves of sliced garlic. Now I'm just going to tear up my sausage and add it in. I've added in my salt and pepper to taste, and now I'm going to add in 1 heaping teaspoon of paprika. We're going to add in a cup of white rice. We're going to saute this for like 30 seconds. Alright, this has been sauteing. Now we're going to add some white wine, and we're going to add in maybe around a half a cup or so. We really want to get all of the good bits off the bottom and then cook it out. The alcohol is cooked out. We're going to add in 2 cups of chicken stock. You want to bring this up to a boil and then turn it down and let it simmer for about 12 to 15 minutes. Now that it's come to a boil, I'm going to turn it down to about medium-low and put a lid on here and let it cook for about 15 minutes. Now that it's done, we're going to add in our onion and tomato and parsley.
All right, let's go. This looks really good. Very excited. Smells delicious.
Yeah, it does.
Wow, that is really good. Oh man, that is so tasty. Love the flavor of the sausage. You can see as you get a good look at the rice, look at all that flavor that's packed into that rice. That's real savory flavor of the rice and a little bit of spice from the sausage. Babe, you did a really good job on this.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
This one's a keeper.
Absolutely. It was really good.
Hey y'all, tonight we're making homemade biscuits and gravy, some bacon, and some fresh fruit. Basically, we're having breakfast for dinner. To get started, I have preheated my oven to 450 degrees and I'm gonna whisk together my dry ingredients. I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour here. I'm gonna add in 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we're just gonna add in 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter and we're gonna cube it. It's really important that your butter is super cold before you put it in. So I just popped mine in the freezer for just a few minutes before I'm gonna cut this into the mixture. I'm gonna use my pastry cutter to cut this in here. Now we're gonna add 3/4 a cup of very cold buttermilk. I don't have a biscuit cutter, so I'm just gonna use a glass. I have flattened this out to about 1/2 inch thick. Okay, we've got these ready to go in the oven. They're gonna go in at 450 degrees for 15 to 17 minutes. We're gonna get started on the sausage gravy. I'm gonna turn this large skillet to medium-high. All right, it's time to add in our pound of sausage. Okay, our sausage is done. I'm going to turn this to medium-low, and I'm going to start adding in our all-purpose flour. We've got 1/3 cup. I'm gonna add in about half of it and stir it around, and then I'll add the rest. I've got about 3 cups or so of whole milk that I'm going to add in little by little and just stir it around. All right, we're going to let this cook, and I'm going to be stirring it a good bit for the next 10 to 12 minutes so it'll thicken up. I'm going to add in just a little bit of seasoning salt and as much black pepper as you like. We really like a lot of black pepper in our gravy.
This looks like some amazing comfort food right here. That's really good. Oh man, yeah. I love that gravy. That gravy is so delicious. The biscuits are nice and fluffy and soft. Look at that, man. Now that will put some meat on your bones right there. It's exactly what you want. You come in from a long day at work. Those are really good.
Hey y'all, tonight we're gonna have some grilled chicken and a twist on a favorite of mine, and it is part of our Subbie Supper. It's early afternoon and we are going to prep the marinade so that we can marinate our chicken for several hours before we put it on the grill. We've got 6 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 3.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of teriyaki sauce, 1.5 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. We've got 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke, 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of dried basil, and we're gonna need 3 tablespoons of lime juice. We've got 3 chicken breasts here. They are really thick, so I'm gonna cut these in half before we put them in the marinade. All right, I'm just gonna add my chicken to the marinade, make sure it gets good and coated. And we're gonna put it in the fridge and let it sit for about 3 to 4 hours until it's ready to go on the grill. Okay, it's been a few hours. We have the chicken still marinating in the fridge, but we need to get started on our Subbie Supper portion of the meal. Tonight's Subbie Supper is one that I'm really excited about because if you've been around for a while, you know my very favorite food in all of the world is green bean casserole. As weird as that is, that's my favorite food. And this is a twist on that. It's called smothered green bean casserole. This recipe comes from Hilary. Hilary lives in Pennsylvania. She and her husband have been married for about 5 years, and they have a cat named Cedric and a puppy named Gimli. I hope I'm saying that right. She said they both come from large families, so recipes are a big part of their life. They love to cook. They also love camping and just being outdoors with their puppy. Thank you so much, Hilary, for sending this in. We really appreciate it, and we're excited to get started. I've got 10 slices of bacon here that I'm gonna chop up, and we're gonna go ahead and cook. One thing that I noticed in this recipe, and I talked with Hilary about it, was that it does not have French fried onions, but because it has so much bacon in it, she said you won't even miss the onions. We're gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to 350. I've got 4 cans of French style green beans drained that I'm just gonna add to my dish. I've got 1/4 cup of butter. I'm gonna go melt that now. To go over top of our green beans, we're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of melted butter, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Hilary said that she normally makes this in her crock pot. I'm just putting it in the oven for about 30 minutes, but you could do it either way. I think she said she puts hers on low for about 4 hours in the crock pot. All right, this is going in the oven for about 30 minutes.
All right, green bean casserole. This looks really good. Smells delicious. Look at all that bacon in there. Man. Oh man. Oh wow. Oh wow. Man, that is really, really good. Oh babe, you are in for a treat.
I can't wait.
This is so delicious. This is much better than, oh, I'm telling you, so much better than your normal cream of mushroom soup green bean casserole. This is phenomenal. I mean, it does not need anything. No improvement. The flavor that's baked into that, that's really good. That is definitely a touchdown, 2 thumbs up.
Yay.
Oh wow. Oh, that is so good. So tender. And that marinade really, really love that basil flavor.
Well, thank you, Hilary, for sending us the green bean casserole. I am really excited to give it a try. It really is my favorite food, so I'm excited to see this different side of it.
You're gonna love it.
All right, Steven said that y'all would probably want my opinion on this since I am like the green bean casserole queen. And I have to say that I really, really love this. It's completely different than the green bean casserole that I'm used to, but that little bit of sweetness from the brown sugar, I love it all. The melted butter that's in there, and then the savoriness of all of the bacon that's in there. Y'all, it's something completely different than I've ever had, and I absolutely love it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed another What's for Dinner. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Thanks, y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.